Imagine being labeled a failure as a child, struggling to read, write, and keep up in school. Imagine dropping out at just 16 years old with no clear path ahead. Yet, instead of letting these obstacles define you, you rise above them, building a business empire that includes airlines, music, and even space travel. This is the amazing story of Richard Branson, the dyslexic school dropout who turned his struggles into strengths and built the Virgin Group, one of the most iconic brands in the world. As a child, Richard stood out as different. He was diagnosed with dyslexia, and school was particularly challenging for him. Dyslexia is a learning difference that affects how the brain processes language. For children with dyslexia, tasks like reading, writing, and spelling can be more difficult than for others, even though they may be just as intelligent and creative. It's not a sign of laziness or lack of ability, but rather a result of how their brain interprets words and sounds. Richard faced these struggles every day. Reading even a simple sentence felt like climbing a mountain, and writing was an uphill battle. His teachers misunderstood his challenges, often labeling him as lazy or incapable. But Richard wasn't lazy. His mind simply worked in a unique way, one that didn't fit into the traditional school system. Instead of focusing on his weaknesses, Richard learns to lean into his strengths like creative thinking and problem solving, which would help him later in life as a successful businessman. At 16, he left school to start his own journey. Many people thought he would fail, but Richard had something special: the ability to think outside the box. His first business was Student Magazine, a magazine to give young people a voice. He had no experience and very little money, but he convinced advertisers to support him. The magazine didn't make much money, but Richard learned important lessons about taking risks and being creative. In 1972, Branson launched Virgin Records. He signed artists no one else believed in, like the Sex Pistols. His risk paid off, turning Virgin Records into the top music label of its time. But Branson wasn't ready to stop there. He dreamed bigger. In 1984, he started Virgin Atlantic, taking on the giants of the airline industry. It was a bold move and one that almost cost him everything. By the early 1990s, Virgin Atlantic was struggling. Branson had to sell Virgin Records, the company that started it all, just to keep his airline afloat. He described it as one of the hardest days of his life. But giving up was never an option for Branson. He believed that every setback was an opportunity to grow, and grow he did. Today, Branson's Virgin Group includes over 400 companies, from trains to telecommunications to space exploration. What's more inspiring is how Branson embraced his dyslexia as a strength. He says it helped him simplify complex ideas and focus on the big picture, qualities that have been key to his success. He now advocates for others with dyslexia, proving that what others see as a weakness can be your greatest advantage. Richard Branson's story shows us that success isn't about fitting in, it's about standing out. It's about believing in yourself when no one else does and turning obstacles into opportunities. So, what part of Richard Branson's journey inspires you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications for more stories that proves anything is possible.